Okay, I use a different technique entirely, but which is similar when I'm making hand drill friction fire using tree woods as opposed to stems such as solidago or mullein and whatnot. For the benefit of this demonstration, and I would do this if I had tape available in the wilds, to place this at both more comfortable position and a more camera friendly position so that you can see this. I'm going to tape this down. Of course, you could use channel locks or clamps or anything, or you can even tie it down if you had that in the woods. I want to point out a couple of things. I'll tell you about this in a moment. The end needs to be more rounded off, but the same principles apply. You burn it in the same way and you make the notch, usually anyway. Now, I can do this. In fact, I can use the same spindle with a bow. Same thing. And with a bow, you know, I can load it up, control the tension with my thumb, and I need a socket for the top. This is a piece of deer antler. I have some multi-tools made specifically for this purpose. This has beeswax and the socket. I have some that have the striker built into it and whatnot. Okay, this is what you would normally do with a bow. Well, in this case, I'm going to use a little different method. It's a lot easier for me than using the bow. It takes less time to get set up in the woods, and it works very well for me. This is a piece of hickory nut husk. Any kind of nut husk will work, or you can carve a piece of wood or use a piece of deer antler. I've done all. You can even make a knot in your cord, but that doesn't seem to do as good a job for me. So this is what I use. It has an indentation on the top, and the cord is threaded through it. I set the socket up on it. It's got an indentation. This enables me now to keep continuous. I can't talk about the squeak, but you can see from the and hear from the sound that's getting a lot of friction from the downward pressure. And I don't have to stop. And it doesn't take very long at all to get the smoke and the end. And I think some people have seen this and not very well videographed when I've done it with little clips on YouTube, and they thought something different was going on. They said, well, it's continuous. It is continuous, and they can't see the top of it, but that's what I'm doing. And I already smell smoke just in that short amount of time. So that will help you a lot, whether you're using cottonwood, which is what this is, or cedar. It really doesn't matter. And this will work for all different size spindles. This spindle fits this hole, and the same thing applies, as you can see. It works very well. Now, the hole is not really tight enough to suit me there. It's going to take a little longer. So here's another hole. Another thing, this is cedar. My other spindle is cedar. That's good. This being boxwood or cottonwood, it would be best to use a different, just out of experience I've learned this, a different type of wood. I'm not going to tape another piece down, but the box elder or cottonwood or willow or sycamore, some of those would work a lot better. Regardless of what types of wood that you're using, if it becomes too polished on the end, you're not getting enough friction. I make a couple of suggestions there. Number one, rough the end of it up a little bit. This is another socket that I use when I'm using a bow. It's a piece of deer antler, and it has a removable striker within it, which is a piece of old hacksaw blade, and you've got the piece of beeswax that you can use. With this, you can also nap the finer edge of flint. You have to keep a sharp edge on your flint to make sparks. You can use this, as did the Indians of North America, and you can use this piece to gouge out the wood in the formation that you need to begin the work when using your spindle. So it's a multi-purpose fire tool. But anyway, you need some kind of a socket when you're doing that. This works very well for it.